Hey there, retainer brothers. I hope your journeys are going well. Retaining your seed may be the most perplexing procedure that the majority of you have ever engaged in. We found it to be. The majority of males that engage in this behavior did not begin by believing it, but when they continued on their quest, they'd witnessed it themselves. Then they were unable to doubt it. How could you reject what you can see with your own eyes? Only a blind man would pass that off. Speaking of blind males, the majority of men and women are also deaf to reality and the truth. Even if you demonstrate the truth to them, they will reject it. They cannot distinguish between truth and deception. Most of you have discovered an eternal truth that will never change. Maintaining your male strength means maintaining your seed. Nonetheless, society had misled you. You were instructed to jerk off, watch adult content, drink beer, have multiple women over for intercourse, ejaculate every day, use drugs, and keep doing so until you were content, but you were never content. You fall into the trap from which you manage to escape and arrive here. You can observe a difference. You have observed the light that the majority of mankind could not possibly have imagined observing. Guys watching this video are undoubtedly among the 1% of men. The 1% of 1% is what we want you to be, though. That's why we would like to shed some light on what we have experienced. We want to provide you with all the information you need in this video to be successful on your journey. It's up to you to put the knowledge to use. The truth you've discovered is maintaining your life energies and preserving your power. We made sure you were set to deny to eject so you could project. You get such enormous strength when you refuse to throw your life out. This is your strength as a guy. All of your power on this planet is sensual. Nature desires that you multiply. The ability to procreate is the power nature has granted you. Power is the force that is applied to a certain area. When did you last throw out your gold? When you were about to do it, how did it feel? If you have retained, you must experience a tremendous amount of force just before ejaculating. You completely lose all power the instant you eject it out. What was the one factor that caused it to become powerful? Your life energy, when concentrated in a small region, gave rise to that strength. Your life energy is administered to your genitalia as you ejaculate, giving you a brief feeling of well-being that lasts even shorter than a second. Unfortunately, relinquishing control seems amazing to your senses right now, but it's terrible for your spirit. You have no power without that vital force. Because of this, there are a lot of fappers and intercourse addicts that try to rationalize their disgusting behavior. They assert that they sense no difference. How could they, when they don't even have any force? You have power because of this vital energy. When you hold on to this essence that you created for yourself, a lot of force starts to build up. We are referring to a period of proper celibacy of over 6 months. It's only the beginning. This true celibacy is very different from what most monks do. They restrain their power and don't promote its buildup. They despise it. They despise women. They detest the splendor of nature. They lose all life when they begin to repress their force. Why? They prohibit accumulating lives. They despise physical activity. When you don't project, but instead reject to expel, this is what occurs. Instead of putting it into the world through creative means, that energy is outright rejected by them. When people ignore their life energy, they open themselves up to all forms of Mother Nature's wickedness. Nature is everything about life and creating energy. Because of this, when you are lifeless, you are dead. Mother Nature will detest everyone who despises life. You must thus have the ability to present your masculinity with this life energy. The first thing is to reject to eject, so you project your masculine strength with some form of creative faculty. The highest form of expression is this. The second thing is to reject to expel, but you also reject the projection of your strength as a man. That is repression. Third, you just eject it out from your base. The lowest form of expression is the option that the majority of men make in life. A small percentage of men come into the second group but are unable to project, while an even smaller percentage of men fall into the first category. These people truly represent the top 1% of 1%. We want you to be one of them. So please adhere to the following sensible recommendations. Mind your own business. To achieve this, you must realize that you are engaging in negative self-talk. You are not the one speaking. This is the culture that deceived you. It wants to use you as a slave. Once you've identified it, eliminate it with encouraging self-talk. Never give up on yourself. Negativity is the devil. Get rid of it entirely. Use the inner God to do it. Keep your inner dialogue and visualization under check. Control your words. Your internal communication comes from your ideas. Make a note of your inner dialogue. Daily journaling, per week at the very least. Exercise your muscles. Your physical self and mental self resemble the two halves of a coin. A weak body always results from a weak mentality. A strong body results from a strong mind. One of the finest ways to release your life energy is through this. Do explosive calisthenics in addition to this. Begin with push-ups. Do 100 without stopping to rest. Drop 100 and finish. Do sit-ups and squats. Have a strong objective. Put all of your energy into it. The highest form of expression is this. You develop power via retention in this way. Establish your universe because, as a man, you must have one. You own this world, and no one else has the right to take it from you. Your energy is projected forth into this world. This could be a world of business, literature, music, boxing, and martial arts, and everything that aids in your artistic expression and energy projection. Enjoy your interactions with women, but be aware of what occurs when you try to cede control. Don't despise children when you desire one. When it's necessary, concentrate 100% on your surroundings and 0.1% on others. Again, don't despise women since you'll attract many of them. Just keep in mind that they desire your power, which has no negative effects. They are simply that way. They seek to experience that power. You must have self-control if you want to be a man of authority. As a result, you only permit the use of that power for reproduction. Recognize that the mind's mechanisms control both expression and repression. Expression of happy emotions is preferred to the repression of negative ones. Keep in mind that seed retention is not a quick route to achievement. It's simply what you are as a man. Go forward by directing your energies. This should occur every single day to make your world. Your mind and your private parts must be connected. How? By doing an exercise. Google it and manage the flow of your life energy. Ownership comes before control. When you can project it, you can be a genuine man. As long as you trust your instincts and nuts, God above you will support you. You need that vital energy to be able to achieve that. Being a retainer means you are the light. Therefore, be the light. Be kind to kind individuals, but use caution around those who carry an evil power in their hearts. These individuals are representations of the devil. They are the forces of evil. You could become the figure that everyone admires. Never stop stepping outside of your comfort zone. Make something for the world by using your creativity. Make something on your planet that people from other worlds could utilize. Having a sound body and a clear mind. Keeping in mind that time is of the essence, consistency in action is crucial. Use your enthusiasm to accomplish something. Construct a company, innovate something, and make a difference. Live in the present while aiming for a wonderful future to accomplish all of these things. Thank you for watching. You are in the top 1% if you watch this far. Now imagine yourself to be 1% of 1% more masculine. We wish you the best in life. Much love. By the way, if you found this helpful, don't forget to show some love. Tap the like button and also subscribe to our channel. Comment below on what you want to see next. See you in the next video. Today, we have a story for you that could transform your life forever. To fully comprehend how it works, you must first comprehend that testosterone is the primary male hormone that causes you to be a man. This hormone is solely responsible for maintaining your fertility, muscle mass, fat distribution, and so much more. In other words, if you don't have enough of it, you'll be a shell of the man you could be. The majority of the guys you see around with flawless rib muscles and low body fat are just doing by consuming human growth hormone, in other words, synthetic steroids, which are artificial chemical substances that essentially replicate the impacts of natural testosterone. However, as with anything, it is critical to keep things balanced. Excessively testosterone is as bad as not enough. You've likely heard of the nofap movement, but you may not have understood what it meant or how it could affect your life. In today's world, many young men understand how to fap. The issue is that these young men start to think that fapping is indeed an appropriate means of release. Watching porn provides an instant hit of dopamine, as well as you begin to enjoy this, because your brain is obtaining a hit of dopamine with no effort. Hard work and accomplishing goals also give your brain a dopamine boost, but it is a long road that your brain dislikes. Dopamine is like nutrition for one's brain, and one's brain is always looking for jobs that will provide the maximum rush of dopamine in the shortest amount of time. Porn is the simplest way to make one's brain happy by providing it with what it craves. When you are feeling down, having a good brain will begin to tell you, watch porn. It will relieve your stress. But now comes nofap's rescue challenge. It may take months for your dopamine levels to return to normal. A study on mice was conducted some time ago, in which mice were placed in a cage and hooked up to something that would serve specific kinds of drugs into their bodies, and the rats were all handed a lever that they had to pull to receive more of their selected substance. The researchers discovered that if the mice were given an endless supply, they would mainly sit there and pull on the lever all day long. In other words, they had completely lost track of their surroundings and were only concerned with holding the lever. Imagine so many young men in the present era as mice and fapping as the lever. They can't seem to stop pulling. Consider this. The high you get from participating in this action can be highly addictive. One of the main reasons for this is fundamental human psychology. You see, we are almost all inherently lazy as humans, and the word lazy in this context simply means that we prefer to get the most prize for the minimum amount of effort. And fapping allows any guy to get all the payoffs he wants with minimal effort. Why would we desire to venture out and hunt wild chickens? If we could just continue driving towards the grocery store and purchase one, you already know that now the effort required to head out and find an attractive-looking woman is far significantly larger than that of the procedure required to achieve what fapping achieves in a matter of minutes. So many men simply continue doing it, but something devious happens, and it ends up going from an infrequent action to something far more serious. It develops into a habit, and for some guys, it develops into a bad practice when it is done several times per day. It is said that life is like a tightrope. Excessively in either way, and you will fall. The math that keeps the universe running is so exact that if you changed the numbers by 0.1%, it would all no longer exist. The issue that many guys face is not the fact they take part in this activity, but that they do it too frequently. If we go back centuries, the Greeks were on to something. If they had a big fight coming up, Greek soldiers would go for a lot longer period before being released. Here's a little secret. If you ask the world's most successful men how those who got to where they currently are, they'll tell you. Many will say that only one thing that got them was postponed pleasure. But what exactly does that mean? Did they postpone their pleasure when it came to spending money? Or was it postponing pleasure because of something else? Take a moment to consider that even today, a few of the strongest boxers that will ever walk the planet purposefully abstain from releasing before a big fight. The Greek warriors did the same thousands of years ago, before they were equipped with the modern technology that we now have to decipher why they were doing it. So how did they understand what to do? The great Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, and even Mike Tyson all managed to avoid discharge before such a fight, with Muhammad going 6 weeks without it. Before a fight, Mike Tyson is believed to have taken 5 years without the need for a discharge. So, what does all of that mean for you? Frequent fapping provokes a testosterone mismatch in the body, But it's not only fapping. Any of that kind of interaction with a girl is the same thing. You could be like me and haven't fapped in like 10 years. However, when you have a girlfriend or are out trying to hook up with girls every night, these erratic discharges may have the same bad impact on your body. A man's lifeblood is testosterone. So, why would any rational person want to regularly deplete his body of this ingredient? Because testosterone is created to do just that. It can make an individual braver, self-assured, and manly in every way. After just 7 days of not discharging or delaying pleasure, men have been capable of achieving a 145.7% growth in their levels of testosterone. So avoiding pleasure lets you build up testosterone levels throughout your body, enabling each other to attach to the receptor proteins at numerous points and result in you more of a man. But this isn't about the studies. It's about something far more important. Even if all of the studies were incorrect, there is a universal principle hidden in this that will not change forever. Delaying gratification is an essential component of achievement in anything, whether it's increased testosterone levels or even more spare money for investment. The whole nofap issue can show you something that will completely transform your life, and it's termed patience. Any great success in life requires patience and the willingness to sacrifice today for a significantly better tomorrow. You will start to notice the real advantages. You will feel more confident, more dominant, and more like a man than you ever have before. Let us know in the comments if this worked for you or if you're going to try it. And until next time, thanks for watching.